live and recording.
Namaskar and good afternoon, everyone. And of course, a very happy, divine and pious Navratri to all. May God bless us with Sadbuddhi and all the best things around us. I received a message today from one of the aspiring swayambhus, and he says, ma'am, we don't know when the college is going to start, but even when it starts, I'm not very keen on studies and I want to pursue agriculture. So dear boy, when you know what you want to pursue, we request you to please type in which state, which place you belong to, and let us have a personal chit chat. Understand what is that best you can do and what is the best we can do to help you out to get an internship in agriculture, right? So please stay connected with us and I'm waiting for your mail. Thank you for joining with us. Today we are going to talk about success. Right from the time we understand about ourselves, our goal is mujhe successful hona hai. Now, successful hona hai sounds very easy, but it is not like our 2-minute Maggie. It really doesn't happen in 2 minutes anyways. So like it is said that it is hard to be poor. It is hard to be rich. Now what you have to do is you have to choose your hard. I repeat, it is hard being poor and it is hard to be rich and successful. So you have to choose your hard. So we are going to meet a beautiful, dynamic lady today. She is Dr. Usha Prabha Naik, who is going to talk to us about why success isn't free, right? So welcome, Usha ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Sangeeta. It's a pleasure being here. And happy Navratri to you, as well as for all our viewers and all your associates who are with you as students or as your colleagues, and the entire Swayambhu, which is doing a wonderful job. So wish you all happy Navratri.
Thank you. And it is very beautiful to have one divine lady on the first day of Navratri. So kudos to women power, right?
Yeah.
So something about Dr. Usha Prabha N. Naik. She is the co-founder and vice chairperson of Expert Group of Institutes and is a creative genius. She is a science graduate and she has done her MBA in marketing and a minor in HR, and also her PhD. Besides her teaching experience, she has several international papers published to her credit in the field of branding in higher education institutes. Her continuous thirst for knowledge and interest in the field of education and research led her to complete her PhD in higher education branding at NIT Karnataka, Surathkal. She is the resource person to go to for career guidance and branding workshops in various academic and corporate events all over South. She is a popular TV anchor too in Karnataka and hosts a lot of shows on health and education. Downing these multiple hats successfully, I think she is the right and bright and most smartest person to connect with regards to understanding what is success all about. And I'm sure she, she started from a very young age. I think we will get to know that she was married at the age of 18. And in spite of that, she's an educationist, teacher, researcher, orator, anchor. She produces, programs. So she's donning multiple hats. So I think she's the right person to tell us what is success all about and why it doesn't come free. So over to you, Dr. Usha Prabha. May I call you Dr. Usha, please?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Ma'am, it is mentioned that you were married at the age of 18.
Yeah.
So generally, when you have a married life, the moment you start your married life, automatically most of the people think it's a break, right? And they just stop doing whatever they are doing professionally and get hands-on into family. So how
Yeah.
easy or difficult was it to manage home and your work and your education?
Dr. Sangeeta, one thing I'll tell you, nothing is easy. If you want something to be easy, then you will not achieve anything. Okay? Even if we feel that, see, eating maybe something which is cooked by mother, okay, we all never used to think that it is such a difficult thing. We had choice. I don't like this. Why you have prepared this today? Why you have prepared? I don't want. But all those things definitely is a really tough job for the one who is preparing it. So if you ask me how it is easy it was not easy. It is definitely difficult. But in that, the first and foremost is it's your belief in you that you want to do something. I don't want to be a just sitting at home. Yeah, people put lots of make a flowery words for if you are a housewife, you are sacrificing. I always used to ask why you are expected to sacrifice everything just to be a housewife. Being a housewife means you are a wife at house. You can manage that as well as other things. Being a Navaratri, I can tell, see, usually when we think about Ma Durga, surrounding to that, it is not only two hands. Okay,
Yes.
in some there are four, some 6, 8. If you can imagine the entire. Actually, what we see about Vishwarupa Darshana of in Bhagavad Gita or somewhere, I usually feel that that Vishwarupa is there in a lady.
Yes.
No, it is not offending about any men. When we speak about power of a lady, it is not that men are not powerful. Okay, but what I'm telling is there is a capability, lots of power inside any person. Okay, whether it is a man or a woman, a girl or a boy. Only thing is, first thing is you need to believe in yourself. You need to make up your mind that however difficult, I'm going to achieve this. If these two things are there, then it is possible. Similarly, in my life, it was not very easy. At the age of 18, you are just a kid. And at the age of 19, I got baby, Ankush. Okay. So taking care of myself, taking care of my child. Okay. I will not say taking care of my husband because he took care of both of us. So that way I have to always admit. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But and taking care of expectation of your say extended family. Okay, I mean their expectation, society expectation, with all those things, somehow I knew that I wanted to complete my studies. I knew that if I become something from my childhood, maybe when I was say first standard, second standard, third standard, if I become something in the future, I want to become a teacher. So that was there in my mind. So and I was very clear on those thoughts. So and also always it was like I'd seen my mother who was working in as well as out, and I felt that she has taken care of the entire family without any sacrifice actually. Okay, if you consider it as a sacrifice, it is sacrifice, but definitely with lots of difficulties I have at least achieved my few of dreams, I can tell.
Yes, ma'am. But dreams are free, but the journey is not, right?
Yeah.
You can dream big, you can dream a lot, but to
Yeah.
get to those dreams, there are a lot of things we need to overcome. There are a lot of things we need to give priority to.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, why is it said that success always comes with a price?
Yeah. Dr. Sangeeta, you just now what you said. Journey is not free. And there is a popular quote always saying that success is journey, not the destination. If it is a journey, okay, then there has to be some cost. You are paying it or not, that is different. Okay, if you are not paying, somebody else on your behalf will be paying for you. But a journey will have a cost. It has maybe diesel or petrol or whatever kind of, if you're taking a flight, which mode of journey you're taking, on that basis, you will have, If your journey is short, you're satisfied, then the price is also less. If you want to fly in your life, then price is also big. Also, that is not the thing. Remember, everybody, they say that, see, when you're telling, it's you were explaining about me, you are giving my data, and you were telling that my success, okay, this is my success. So Dr. Usha Prabha Naik's success. That means I have ownership for my success. Correct? And the ownership, wherever there is a ownership, you have to pay for it. Otherwise, it will be called as encroachment. Otherwise, it will be called as encroachment, and that encroachment cannot happen permanently. One or the other day, owner will come, just put you out of that place. Okay.
I just love this. I just love this. Dr. Usha, I think
so the price, I paid the price to become from Usha Prabha to Dr. Usha Prabha Naik. Even if you're talking about, okay, let's take about from Tendulkar, okay, or Virat Kohli, they have paid the price to become what they are today. They have paid when we are talking about the price, it is not money, because many people, when I forwarded the message of your program, okay, when it is said that success is not free, they objected that word free. Okay, that means there is a price, there is a money. Whenever we say free, they think about money. Remember, it is not about money. It is about what you're going to pay. That's what I said. Maybe Tendulkar, Virat Kohli sacrifice their childhood, their friends, going with the friends to a movie, or maybe Virat Kohli, being a Punjabi boy, must have sacrificed eating paratha, samosa. Okay. Okay, right. Being film actors, what they are going to pay for it? They are going to pay for their children's life. Their children cannot have a normal life being son or daughter of, say, Kareena Kapoor or Shah Rukh Khan. They are paying the price in terms of their children's life. So that is what I call it as there is a price for this. You want to be successful. I stress on that. And the price is in terms of maybe lack of sleep, early morning. Okay, very little friends, very few friends like Dr. Sangeeta I can get. Okay, very, very few friends. And also sometimes if you are a lady, Dr. Sangeeta, trust me, maybe even when you become successful, even your sanctity has been questioned. Okay, so that is how it is, the society is, and where you have to be successful by paying any one kind of price.
Perfect, perfect. And from one lady to another, love you.
Thank you.
Now, success is available for all, right? Success is available for all. Everybody is attracted to it. Everybody wants it. But then what stops people from getting it?
Actually, nobody can stop from getting it, actually. It's you yourself is stopping. Most of the people whom maybe they feel it as, see, success is a very, I can tell, subjective, actually. It's your perception, okay, or somebody else's perception. Sometimes we do a lot of things, but still we feel that we have not done enough. Okay, so that's your perception. Or somebody else's perception that this one is successful and unsuccessful. But whenever I feel that a kind of successful, when we keep it as a one definition, okay, usually I've seen those who are not successful in their any kind of field, or they can't do anything in life. Mostly what I see is they equate the success to the money. They feel that they can be successful only when they have money. In fact, I tell you something, when you don't have money, it is very easy to be successful, because people accept you, people love you, people support you. Okay, so that's the strength, actually. Irrespective of that, they feel that I don't have money, that's why I cannot become successful. One more thing is, they keep on speaking about, I have met several such people, they keep on speaking about certain idea or something about their imagination, about doing something, and they keep speaking. They will never take the next step to work on it. They have a beautiful idea, but there is somewhere hindrance to get into it. And to I can put it this way, Dr. Sangeeta, you know something? See, if I want to see sunlight, okay,
Yes.
if I sit inside a black box, and if I desire that I want to see sunlight, I need to walk out of the black box. I go out in the ground at the right time. Just going out is not enough. See, remember, the people will tell, sun is everywhere, sun is always. Yes, he is there 24 hours, he is there, but sunlight is not 24 hours. You need to go out from the black box to see sunlight at the right time. If you're not doing it, then definitely, that's what I said, sunlight is there, but you are sitting inside and you say that it is available to everybody, but they're not getting it. So why not getting it? Not going in the right direction at the right time.
Right.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I loved it when you said that, people who have got nothing to lose, or people who are in a bad shape financially, are at a better position to be successful. Yes. So when you've got nothing to lose, you have got all the freedom to fail, is it not? So when you have the freedom to fail, why don't you just give a shot and go ahead? So I think that is a very, I think it's a beautiful.
And not only that, people will love you. I'll tell you, people will really love you when you don't have anything and you are still trying. There are many people who will come forward at least to appreciate you. Don't expect somebody will come and give money to you. That's again a problem. People think that, okay, I'm poor. Because see, I feel that I have right to speak on that. We were not, we are rich only in terms of knowledge. Okay, or we were, when we started, there is nothing in hand. We never waited for somebody will give us, somebody will help us, nothing. It is your mind. Okay, it is your willingness, and just go forward and believe in you.
Perfect, perfect. I think I'm going to break all the records of thumbs up I have shown in this episode. For sure. For sure. So when you mentioned that success is all in the mind, okay, success is not about money, then it also should mean that success is not about titles either.
No.
Can you please elaborate on that?
It is not about, but one more thing is that it's not about the title, because successful, when I say, I can give you example. Now I'm actually running one educational institution.
Right.
Okay. Now in this, there is no, you cannot tell that only the chairman who has founded, okay, the founder of the institution is successful. The person who is a lecturer is also, there are many lecturers who are very successful in their field. Why only that? There are people in the admin office, okay, they are very good at their work. Because if I go there, I may not be knowing how to do that work, but they are so many times when people call me for information about our own course, I tell that I'll connect you to admin office. There is a person who can explain much better than me. Okay, even if you're taking attender, they can be the best in that. So it is not about the title, it is not about the position, it is not about how much. It is about success, is about the outcome of whatever work you have believed in, that I want to do it. And that if it is successful, okay, if you can complete the work which you have planned for yourself, that I call it as a success. It can be short term, it is a long term, because that's success is something when you complete your whatever you think about. This is where I want to reach, and I'm reaching there. That's it.
Right. So you correctly mentioned that no matter what your goal is, whether it is long term or short term, once you think about it, once you have a drive to go towards it and you achieve it, that is success. And then, of course, as human beings, as very social, enterprising human beings, we don't stop there. We continue and see new goals, new dreams, and consistently continue our journey. Now, Dr. Prabha, Consistency is my favorite word. Do you think consistency and success are best pals?
Without consistency, there cannot be success. Okay? Once you start, you have to end it. Otherwise, you yourself will not. As we said, see, journey, it can be short term. Okay? But you need to reach, if at least, I will decide today that I want to reach Mumbai. Okay? I don't have money. Maybe I'll decide that, okay, I keep working, I will go, I will work somewhere, I walk, and I stay somewhere, I again work. When I reach maybe Ratnagiri, I'm happy. Okay, I'm nearing. Okay, so it is important that you need to have your goals at the right time and keep going in the right direction.
Correct, correct. So if you are lazy about it, you're not going to get it, but you have to be consistently
it's a
crazy.
lazy. You see the previous your question when you said why few people are unsuccessful. Okay, the laziness is that's what I'm telling. There is no consistency. Laziness is the first and foremost. If you are lazy, you can't do anything in life. Okay, if the students, they will, they will take up science, they will decide on whether to take up science and commerce based on the thinking that, okay, if I take up science, I have to study more. If I take up commerce, I don't have to study that much. So it's easy. Who said? If you want to be good, if you want to stand on your legs, it doesn't matter whether it is commerce, science, or arts. It will ask for the similar kind of hard work from every department. There is no department which will tell that, okay, come on, you come to me, I will give you a beautiful life without hard work. Impossible.
Correct, correct. Dr. Usha, like I mentioned earlier, we just had a message from an aspiring Swayambhu who says that he is not cut out for college and he doesn't like studies very much, but would like to do something in agriculture. What would be your suggestion to this boy?
See, agriculture is also, you can definitely, one is with experience, you do the very good. Being an agriculturalist, and I also love actually to be, even in our campus, we have made small farm and all other things. So it's very nice that you do something and you cultivate, you eat those food. It's very nice. And we definitely respect farmers also. And not only that, you can become richer than anyone else if you're an agriculturalist, because government is always supporting agriculture.
Right.
Okay, so definitely there are two options. One is you study something, okay, and then do agriculture, or without studying you will do the agriculture. That is by practice. But I always insist on, see, if you are interested in agriculture, that means you love that, right? Why can't you study the same thing? There is agricultural BSc. Okay, so what will happen? You will be better than, you will never cry. If the weather is against you, if something goes wrong, if it is, you know much more technical things, how to save your crop. You don't have to do suicide later. Instead of that, now itself, before getting into some field, do some work. Okay, very important. See, even when we are, say, talking about interview or anything, one roughly will have a preparation of mind that what we are going to speak today. Similarly, if a child is thinking about going into, I feel education is always helpful. Not that without that he can't do. There are so many people who are doing agriculture just like a business also. Okay, they can do. But education will give you upper hand in anything what you do.
Yes. So I think you're very fortunate that you have understood exactly what you want to do. Now, all you have to do is get expert help, become an expert yourself, and pursue it without looking back. Right? Ma'am, you mentioned about Virat Kohli and you mentioned about cricket. So once you mention about cricket, we know that besides all the sacrifices and prioritizing things, they have to practice a lot.
Yeah.
Correct? So I have say I'm successful in bits and pieces, over a period of time. So do I become very good at it? Does my run rate increase? My success rate also increase? Does that happen?
Okay, you mean as you practice, yes, as you are successful in something, and after that again you're okay.
Yes.
That will not guarantee that you will be successful always. Run your rate. Even if you take that, say one who has scored 100 in the last match can come out with the 0 in the next match.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, okay,
Yes.
so there is nothing guaranteed that if you, but one thing is there. What I see is, I don't know, actually, in my last one talk, so maybe I can repeat it today.
Yes, please.
I was telling, something, success is like a peda. Okay, so as you eat, you get temptation of eating it again. Okay, anything which is good. So success is like that. I won't tell that your rate of success becoming success will increase, but you get addicted to it. So you start working for it. You feel that it's not, you will keep you as a benchmark to yourself. You will stop comparing you with somebody else. I have done like this, then I should do next time. So it will not guarantee you, but I'll tell you something. If your mindset is to say ready for change, okay? Because remember, sometimes what happens, our own idea, which is a beautiful idea, it can be successful up to one time. Later, as society is changing, that idea may lose its relevance.
Right. Right.
So you must be in a position to accept it. My idea is becoming irrelevant. If I want to be successful after another 3 to 4 years, I need to change on my idea. Okay. So that adaptability, that's why I said this PEDA. You know what I said? PEDA, success is like PEDA, which is very, very tempting. I used to tell P for patience. Okay. Very important is patience. If you want to be successful, it cannot be tomorrow. Today you will do something, tomorrow you want to get a success, not possible. So P for patience, E for expertise. Anything you want to, I told now agriculture. If he has to enter into agriculture, see that even the God cannot spoil his crop. Okay, so that is E. D for dedication. That is your dedication is, you said, no, consistency. That's your word. So dedication. And last one is adaptability. As the society is changing, even you should think, then definitely not the success rate will increase, but you getting success again and again may increase. There is a chance, but it won't guarantee that last time you have succeeded and this time also you will succeed.
So I have got another guest here who is very, very real, who has got a very perfect head on her shoulders. See how real she is. She mentioned very correctly that if you have scored centuries in the previous matches, doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to be a man of the match this time too. You'll have to work very, very hard. And I'm a sucker for sweets, and I loved it when she gave the acronym of PEDA. And today is a divine day. So I request all of you here, whether you are aspiring Swayambhus or Swayambhus already, to please offer the goddess of virtue, to please offer the goddess of happiness and abundance a PEDA, right, of success to the divinity, and help yourself to a small bite and experience your success very, very soon. So over to the next question. Ma'am, before I go to the next question, may I just say a hi to all our viewers? So, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Anilji. Anilji Garg is one of our Swayambhu mentors, a very dear Swayambhu mentor. Hello, Yogesh Kulkarni. Hello, Ms. Sunita Jadhav. Hello, Bipin. Hello, Shab Gowda, Sher Reddy. Thank you for joining. Hello, Bhavna. Hello, Sharmila Kulkarni. Kalpana, thank you for joining. Hello, Saroj. So we have quite a few people who have joined us today. And I request all of you to please type in your questions because I'll be asking your questions too. And today I have decided that I'm not going to miss out on giving the Hangyo ice cream. I will give it to the best question. So type on. Ma'am, you mentioned that you may get addicted to being successful.
What
right?
is it?
You can
Addicted
get
to
addicted.
it. Yeah.
Can get
Yeah, yeah.
addicted to being successful.
Yeah.
So when you are doing your own thing, when you are used to living a life on your terms, so is that success as well? And should we stop there?
No, I feel that at any time when you are successful, you can't be at your, you lose your own life. That is for sure. Okay, I can maybe now, since IPL fever is everywhere, maybe Dhoni is the best example. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
See the thing. See, successful is not. Can we tell anytime he's an inspiration to everyone?
True.
Okay, his life, or he could have left whatever the God has decided for him to be a ticket collector at railways. He could have done it. Good salary, okay, and stay at home. He could have done it, but no. There is something more than that, and I feel that he's the best. I mean, one of the best captain that India has ever seen. Okay, but you look at today, there is, if you will be surprised to see that in social media, there is a Dhoni haters club.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, whatever they do, whatever they, every action will be objected by somebody. So I don't think success is where we get used to living for ourselves. When you become successful, actually that itself, people say that, how will come to know that we are successful? People will start speaking about you, both good as well as bad. Okay, that's the time. Is somebody, so many people are, more people speak about you, that means you are much more successful now. Because people have started noticing you. People are talking. So I feel that even when they're writing so much about Dhoni, that means he has done wonderful job. Okay, that's why people are giving so much of bad words and all to him. What is this going on? That's what society. I don't feel that people, just because we become successful, we get the peace of mind of living to ourselves. No, that's why never do anything just to get appreciation from public or from the people. Do it because you want to do it. Okay, do it because your family is proud of you. Okay, do it because the immediate surrounding is proud about you. That is, which is more than sufficient. Nothing else. That definitely, it is not about living to ourselves, and after that we get all pleasure of that. No, according to me, the success will never give you that pleasure, that we are to ourselves and we have done so much. So I don't think so. It is only happiness is, yes, what I felt, I achieved it. What I wanted to do, I did it. What my family was expecting me to do it, I have fulfilled their expectation. These are the few things, and not that you will live for yourself. Society will never leave you to live to yourself, to be boss of your life.
I love it. I love it. And when she mentioned that, people are going to talk about you, it may be good or it may be bad, but it also means that you've reached a point, because all said and done, we know for sure that nobody kicks an underdog. So even if they are going to talk about you, even if it is not the right thing, don't be unhappy about it. You are reaching there. So we also understand from what she has shared is, behind every star, there is a scar. And that scar is the scar of sacrifice, which you have to consistently do, because success, she mentioned in so many examples and very clearly, that success is an ongoing process. success is a journey. Success is dynamic. And it is not that we need to stop anywhere. We just get used to it, addicted to it, and just do it like a reflex. So I will continue to say hi to a few more viewers because we have got a good audience today. So hello, Mr. Devendra Ji. Hello, Sureka Vasan. Hello, Neha Rams. Thank you. Hello, Madhushri Malia. Thank you. Hello, Chandrasekhar Honnali. Hello, Mr. Gautam Meche. Aditya Pai. Hello. And Rohini Chitle and Namita Karandikar too. So, ma'am, a question from Aditya Pai. Ma'am, what if we have an unconventional goal, which is generally not considered success in the Indian society? Example, esports, professionally playing video games. Should we give up our dreams and listen to others or go for it?
Yeah. See, when you do something unconventional, usually now I've seen students, like where I take every year students to NASA camp, okay, around 55 students. And that is like 16 to 17 days, I'm with that group of 16-year-old children. If you ask them now, earlier, whenever we used to ask, what do you want to, because there will be a round where children have to introduce themselves and what is their dream, what do they want to become. At the beginning, when they were telling about this, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a gamer, all these things, I was actually uncomfortable. The first 1 or 2 years when I heard this, what these kids are speaking about. But now I know that that's what I said. It's a change which is happening in the society.
Right.
These are the people who are taking risk. We don't know what is there on the other side. At present, yes, correct. People are making, see, even after me, you spending our time in PhD and all those things, these gamers, children, just by playing for 8 hours or 8.5 hours per day, okay, they are making much more money than any one of us. But I don't know whether it is good or bad after 5 years. I know that the profession which you have taken, I have taken, it is safe after 10 years also. So that doesn't mean that they should not go for the unconventional things. Risk will always give you more success, or you will fall down completely. But you will become example in either side. You will become the example for your next generation. So definitely you can take it. Even we have taken such risk. When we started in Mangalore, there was no such organized kind of, we first started with a coaching class actually. Okay. Right. At that time, it was not a coaching class. People used to give tuitions. But we started like an organized way of giving coaching. And after that, we started a college, which is an integrated one. Okay. College as well as coaching under the same, everything under the same roof. People criticized a lot, everything. But at the end, it became like, now it is acceptable. At the beginning, there is a, at the beginning, such things, when it is unconventional, people will, you need to take risk. But as I said, when you take risk, you have two options. Either you will be super jet, okay? Go first, or otherwise you will fall. But you think that, I feel that people of that mentality must exist, because they are the people who will give direction to the next generation.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Aditya, I'm so glad you asked this question, because we had mentioned earlier that if you have the freedom to fail, you are already successful, my boy, right? So you are already there on the path of success. Ma'am, and I would like to understand, there are many people who like to procrastinate, that, you know, I will do something tomorrow. I will do something when the time is right. You know, I have these ideas of to be successful. I have got fantastic plans, but I think this is not the right time. So they wait for perfect.
I told you at the beginning only, those who are unsuccessful, you asked me why some people are unsuccessful. It's because of this reason. Okay. You will always speak. No, one day you have to stop speaking and you have to come on action. If from morning, if I think that I want to prepare, say, laddu. Okay. And I will just tell, I want to prepare laddu today. Everybody is happy. Even I want to eat. Everybody is okay. Lots of things. I explained them the color of which laddu I'm going to make. Everything I said. Okay, let me take it as today, bundi chur. Okay, that small
Yes.
bundi chur, you get orange color laddu, which is our favorite laddu. Okay, we'll sit and chat. Unless I go to kitchen, okay, and they say no, bundi chur, bundi se banta hai laddu. Okay. So this effort, bundi se similarly success also. Your small effort which you have to take, you need to get up, you need to go and okay, start the batter. Okay, make your batter, start frying it, start making sugar syrup. Unless you take effort of that small work, you will never even. Tomorrow is always tomorrow. It's anything is there, it is today. If not today, it is never. I always tell it, I believe, because I have seen, that's what I just want to tell once actually, I still remember it is 2012, okay, 2012, May 25th. I thought that, okay, I want to lose weight. So from today, I'm on diet. And for my bad luck, that was actually day, some party was there. Then they said, no, today you eat. I said, I decided, and from today, I'm not eating any sweet. Done. I lost 12 kgs of weight. Okay, but I tell you, if I say that it is tomorrow, that tomorrow will never come for me.
So we have understood a secret from Dr. Usha Prabha, how to be successful and how to be slim and how to be fit. How to be successful? Yes, you have heard it all. How to be slim and fit? Just talk about sweets, don't eat them. Okay. Right? So she spoke about peda, she spoke about laddu, but she is not having any. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. You were saying something?
No. Yeah.
Yes. So I will say hello and take a few more questions. Okay. We have Mr. Bipin. He has a question. Behind every successful man, there is a woman. How perfect is this? Can't we achieve success on our own? This is Mr. Bipin. Yes.
It's very difficult. Again, conventionally, it has come that behind every successful man, there is a woman. Okay. I feel that success will come because of that person. Okay. It's not about that. Is because they're thinking that usually people are like, from the beginning, a kind of making flowery things for a lady. It has come with that. Means a lady who will sit, she will only cherish the success of her husband, and somewhere it will be told that behind every successful man there is a woman. Okay, so she's happy. My husband became successful because of me. He became successful because of him, because he worked. But just to keep happy this lady, that because no, it is from, if you see our history, there's lots have been done to keep the ladies suppressed and keep her happy inside the house. Because if she's if you just notice, earlier there was no education for ladies. Why? If a girl will go to school, she'll start thinking, because education will give you the power to think. She will think. When the education is there, she will think about her good and bad by herself. They didn't wanted her to think. So they said that behind the success of your husband, you are there. So his success is, it is yours. That is how it is. In fact, you will, whatever successful, I want to tell you, Dr. Sangeeta, there is even one platform where I was called as a guest. they told my name. Then they said that she's wife of Narendra Nayak, and entire biodata of Narendra Nayak was read. See the thing. So that means, and they said that behind this successful man, there is this woman. But when I told them, see, this is where we go wrong. He is anybody who is very successful, they become successful. Why? You just, when you are talking about somebody, speak about that person. Okay, but that will give a very unconventional way of, oh no, the success, she is talking something not accepted. So I feel that everybody, they'll work a lot. Men can, the question what he asked is whether he can become successful without ladies. He can. Every person, irrespective of gender, they have their capabilities.
I think that is fantastic. So no matter what gender you belong to, nobody needs a surrogate success. Nobody wants a consolation prize. Whatever bit of success we achieve, I think we are all capable and competent to achieve that bit on our own, right? So going to the next question from Mrs. Geeta Chikmangalore. Ma'am, what if we go into depression due to continuous failure? Is it difficult to get back to success?
Yeah, if you really get into the depression, what they're talking about, the mental health, because sometimes we see depression is not something, today you are depressed, you are feeling low, then the next day if you're all right, there is nothing, you can again come out. But you are really going into depression, which will affect your work, day-to-day work. You cannot come out, you are inside the room, you are, then definitely you need to take help from the doctor. Okay, they will give you little courage to stand, because I feel that failure is just on the failure, don't cry, because you need to analyze why it is failure, where we went wrong. See, we do a biggest mistake from our childhood. You know something, in say, if a mother, if her son or daughter is say second, third or fourth in the class, she will ask who is first, and there it is stopped. After that, you see, he got first rank, he got first rank, you could not. They have not seen what he has done to get first rank. Similarly, failure is, find out why you are failure. There is something wrong to become failure. It is not you. Maybe your ideas or your approach or your direction. See, for example, if I want to, now you are in Mumbai, right, Dr. Sangeeta?
Pune.
Pune. Okay, so from Pune, you want to go to Delhi. Okay, and you will start in the direction of, say, south. You are doing hard work. Maybe you are very smart also. You have taken somebody's help. You are flying, everything. But you are going to south. You will never reach Delhi if you are going to south. Going in the right direction is important. So maybe when we have failure, you need to find out what is the reason for failure. If your repeated failure is also there, that means that there is a, find out, write down every time what all things you have done and find out what are the common things. And that will give you the answer. Eliminate that. If the idea itself is wrong, don't have, usually what we'll do, you know, actually in our Karnataka, they say in Kannada, hettavarige heggada muddu. In the sense, if you are given birth to a child, okay, anything it is very, very, very nice and cute for you. Okay, same way, your idea is your child. We feel always take it to the, and we say that, oh my God, it's so sweet. Oh, our idea is the best. Nobody is there. Somebody is telling you also to change. You will not be, because you feel that you are the best. Okay. At least for a minute, analyze yourself. You criticize yourself. Say that, no, my idea may be wrong somewhere. Find out what is gone wrong. Then you can, there is nothing, of course, the depression part is one thing which you need to take, but after that, it is not a permanent disease. you will stand with the more courage, more this one, and you will do it and you will become successful.
Perfect, perfect. So your comeback is going to be more powerful than your setback.
Definitely.
All the very best. And I always mention this Teen AK, which she just, encouraged me to give you a recap. So the Teen AK, which I generally say is analyze what is happening around you and why it is happening around you. Then accept. So if there is something missing, something amiss, something is your weakness, work on it. That's why you need to accept it, because only when you accept your weakness, only when you accept your fault, you're going to work on it. And the third important point is adapt. So analyze, accept, and adapt. With these Teen AK in your hand, every game of life you're going to win for sure. We have a question from Gautam H.A. Ma'am, what is success if it is conventional and certain?
It is happiness. Whatever can give you happiness, that is success according to me. Okay, so now you need to find out you will be happy in what, because I've seen so many, I said, see, lots of definition we have of success, and we see that they are very successful. At the end, they are not happy. They are not happy. So do something.
Yes.
Success is conventional. Success is getting that happiness, what you deserve and what you want.
Whoa, I think you have answered a lot of questions automatically. Thank you, Surekha Vasant. Thank you, Shushanta Sarkar. Thank you, Danvin Chauta. Thank you, Kiran Nagaru. Nangaru. Okay. Which is better, ma'am? Smart work or hard work? A question from Kiran.
Yeah. Many people tell that you must do smart work. Okay. I will tell you, any smart work without hard work is just an empty box. There's nothing in it. To do any smart work, you need to do hard work, because planning of that smart is there, no? There you need hard work. So it is always the combination. Without that combination, it won't be proper. Okay. So anything you want to take, any recipe you take, it is always the best, right proportion. I am a very nice foodie person. I eat nice food in a nice little quantity. Okay. But I say that to do that, anything you make, it's the right proportion. Similarly, when hard work and smart work, it is the right proportion is required. If you go for only smart work, then also it is foolishness. Only hard work is a combination which will make you a better person. I will not say success again, a better person, ready for anything.
Perfect, perfect. So success is the right proportion of hard work, the right proportion of smart work.
Yeah, you can
see the right direction, the right timing.
Yeah,
the
because
right timing is now.
See, Dr. Sangeeta, we can say there, for example, now idli. People will think that making idli is a very easy thing. What is that? 1:2 ratio. Everybody knows, world will know. Idli is a world famous item. Okay, 1:2. No, you know that if you want to make the right idli, you must have the right time to, it is not that you will soak both together. There is a timing for duration for which urad has to be soaked. Only for that, then you will get, and you have to grind it in the right way. There is a difference in the grinding in the grinder and mixie. Okay. So you get the right puffiness and then right proportion. So very much a planning is required. I can say like this, planning. Okay. Then it is preparation. Then it is the production. These are the 3 P's are actually the recipe of success. So plan it well, do the prior preparation, and then the production has to happen. This, if you can do, and I always tell, we talk about failure, 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 and we also think that failure is always stepping stone to success. There is no doubt about it, but also others' failure should be stepping stone to our success. That will be fantastic. Okay, see people around you, see people, read a story or journey of successful people. When you read or when you see, you will understand, learn from there. Don't commit such mistakes. Don't commit such mistakes.
Right, right.
So very, very important.
I think now we all know why she is the most loved and adored teacher. So hats off to you, Dr. Usha. Hats off to you.
Thank you.
And we also need to understand that we are smart if we learn from our mistakes, but we are smarter if we understand what others do and learn from their mistakes.
Yeah.
Because one lifetime is really not enough to do all the mistakes and keep on, right? So we will take one more question from Shushanta Sarkar. I request ma'am to explain. I feel excuse is very common in human brain. So everybody keeps on making
Sorry,
excuses.
Dr. Sangeeta, your voice was breaking. Can you repeat it?
I request ma'am to explain. I feel excuse is very common in human brain. So something for excuses.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of excuses we give. Lots of excuses. You know something, that's what I said. Even somebody is getting first rank in the class, we will give excuse telling that he is a nerd. He is like Gandhi. Such a big Gandhi name is also now spoiled just by using it as he is a Gandhi. He is like this. We are not trying to find out what he has done, which I have not done. We always try to think it is, yeah, but these are the things which you have to do. Okay, so excuse will give 100 of excuses for everything. Whether we are failure, will give that somebody else's problem. So many parents come, you know, my son is very nice, or my daughter, it's all because of her friends. And so many times happened that in that group, all the parents tell the same thing. Now the question is, whose friend? If it is a group of 5 who has done it something, and when you call them separately, each parent will tell the same thing. My daughter she's very nice, very kind. It's all about her friend. She did it. She did it. So we have this habit of passing on, or we always think that even sometimes we have, because I'm poor, he is rich. His father is a big person. That's why he can become successful. That is a big thing we have, because everybody is now speaking about, like, if a father is big person, then son has opportunity. That's why I don't have anybody. My father is nothing. Okay, I don't have money. Why you need? In fact, you don't have all those things. It is the best opportunity for you. Why you need to give that as excuse? That is your strength. That is your strength, because a person, a son of a successful person, to become successful, he has to put at least 3 or 4 times more effort than others. Success will not come with the success of your family or your father, or it is not hereditary. By hereditary, genetically, what we get is only disease. Only disease which we get it through generations. Okay. And nothing else. Not these things cannot be transferred from one person to other person. You take, I don't think any, say, Bharat Ratna, his son or daughter has become Bharat Ratna again. Or any Padma awardees, their son or daughter becoming, okay, if they have become, it is with their
smart work.
They really work for it. They could achieve that. Okay, so nothing will come hereditary other than the disease. This we have to always keep it in our mind. When you don't have anything, you have support. Otherwise, people will always think that, okay, you need to become like your father, you need to become like your mother. Always you are compared. Okay, and even if you get opportunity naturally, people will think you are son of so and so or daughter of so and so. That's why you are getting this opportunity. It's a very difficult situation for those people. You don't have anything. Don't stop giving excuses of no money, no support. You have support of nature. You have your own support. You can just come forward.
I love it the way she said, you have your own support and that is the way to come forward. So simply put is use your head to go ahead. And if you think you don't have a rich father, please ensure that your kids definitely have a rich father. I think you have got the drift, right? So I will move on to a few more people who have joined in. Thank you, Devendra Shetty. Thank you so much. A few more questions, if I may please continue, ma'am. Please, may I ask a few more questions?
Yeah, sure. It's my pleasure.
So a few more questions. I think Sureka Vasant, you had a question. What is a successful life? If we get a good job and earn a lot of money, does it mean that person is successful, ma'am? I think she's already answered the question right in the beginning. Yes.
If you're not happy, then you're not successful. So
exactly,
be happy. That will give you the pleasure of success, because unless otherwise you are not happy, whatever position you are in, whatever title you have earned, whatever it is, when you come home and when you sleep, if you're not getting the proper sleep, and if you can't smile and laugh with your family, then for what that success is? Okay, at the end we have to be happy. That's it.
Correct. I thought we will have no questions about pandemic, but we have a question from Nagashri Vatsa. How to remain calm in this pandemic situation, especially for college students attending online classes?
So definitely everybody, they say that you need to see the positive. Okay, positive from the negative. That's the only thing which we can do at present. You must think that online is now at present, online classes, you are sitting at home with your maybe parents or with your family, and then you are attending the class. That itself is a pleasure. When you will never get it in your life. Okay, now if you don't like your teacher, you have the option to pause her or him. Can you pause when the teacher is teaching? Can you pause them? Now it is not like that. Now you can pause. Sitting in front and yawning was not possible. You can do it. Please don't do that. It's on the lighter note. But what I'm telling is, it's all about the timing, which is not in anybody's hand. So we need to adjust whatever we get. See, think like this, without online class, what can happen? What can happen is you will lose the track of studying. Once you lose interest in studying, when you go back to college, okay, again getting into that situation is really difficult. That's why you must thank always. My husband, who is my guru also, he always says how we have to think is, if you're not happy with something or something, this one, think in the absence of that, what will be your life? Okay, in the absence of that, then what will be your life? If you think about it, then we get the answer and we'll start loving that. Same like online classes. In the absence of online classes, okay, you will be just getting discontinued from all the subjects. Forget about that. Even your mind will become lazy. The sharpness it will lose. It is same like unused knife. If whatever sharp knife, if it is not used, okay, then it is gone. So to use this brain, you need some kind of classes. So use it, enjoy that, make it part of, even let parents know what you are studying. Okay, so tomorrow, usually parents have that, oh, what you study by going to college, they'll tell, no. Then you say, oh, this is what I study when I go to college. So they will also understand what's going on in your life. And this is the time where we have got some extra time, okay, in this pandemic to be with our family. See, because of pandemic, I could connect with the Dr. Sangeeta. We never knew each other. Today, we knew each other, and tomorrow we will be in contact. We will be in touch. Okay, I have got one more person through whom I can learn something. Okay, that is because of the pandemic. I said, I thank you. Thank you. Give me something good. So let us thank for whatever is happening now. That's it.
I think she said it very correctly. We need to be positive. We need to be grateful for what we have. And that would be a short way and formula to be happy. Because I think being happy, and you are at the topmost pinnacle of success already. Dr. Usha Prabha, there is a question from Neha Rams. Hello, ma'am. How to find something which you should pursue in life when you don't know what you are good at or not aware of what you like?
Yeah. So actually, one thing you should know, this confusion is very common in students. Okay. Yes. When they come, they say, I don't know what I want to become. I don't know. So it's a very, very difficult thing. One thing is you should know. Now, how you should know? Now you don't know. At least now you know that you don't know. So take time to know. So what you have to do is, first is, I always tell, write down. Write all the possibilities, what you can become and what you can't become, both. One list, one column where you will write what you can become. Write a different possibility. I can become doctor, I can become engineer, I can become receptionist, I can become, okay, TV anchor, I can become anything you want to. Then you write what you can't become. I don't know. You write like, okay, I can't become cricketer. Like when I'm there, I can't become a cricketer. I can't become, say, pilot. I cannot become an aerospace engineer. Okay, keep on writing. But that's not it. After you write why you can, what all things you can become and what you can't become, there you need to write reason why you can't become. Okay, when I say that I can't become a cricketer, now I know why I can't become a cricketer. I have pain in my knees. Calf muscles are now, may not, at this age, I cannot make it that strong. I can make it strong, but not that strong where I can become a cricketer. Okay, so write. So when I write so many things, I may think, oh, this I thought I can't become, but I can become, because there is no reason. If you say that you can't become, you have to give reason. If you say you can become, you have to give reason. So do this list. When you do this list, you get lots of ideas. Now shortlist at least 10 ideas that what is possible. Start, surfing, Googling, find out about this profession. Okay, what is the scope? What are the challenges? How I need to be prepared? This kind of work when you do, I'll tell you that 10 whatever you have shortlisted, you will definitely make it 15, because while searching you get another 5 things it was not known to you. May not be aware that such things exist. So do this kind of work, and at the earliest, if the day when you come to know that I'm not aware of what I want to become, from that day, keep your research for next, say, 2 months or 3 months. Within that, you must be in a position to tell, yes, I think I can become, these are the options I have. So let me see what I can do. Let me see who can help me out in making my thought process clear. But you have to start somewhere.
So we have to start somewhere, and we have to stop passing the buck around. Like she very beautifully mentioned, all we need to do is jot down a list on what we can do and what we cannot, with reasons. And this way we will slowly train ourselves to be more and more successful. One last question, ma'am, from Shri Anil Garg. Ma'am, what is the importance of risk-taking capacity? Further, the price of the journey towards success goes up with the risk taken. how to balance this out.
Can you repeat it, please?
What is the importance of risk-taking capacity? Further, the price of the journey towards success goes up with the risk-taking. So
Yeah.
how to balance this out?
Yeah, balancing is always finding out first is what is you need to find out, if I'm a failure, then can I sustain it? There's so many people, what they do is, without knowing their capability, okay, they just jump into it.
True. True.
Okay, I'll tell you, we started with the rented premises, which is just maybe say 15 feet by 15 feet, one room, because our affordability is only to pay that rent.
Right.
That too with a great difficulty. Okay, so risk taking is always should be proportional to the after, if it is a failure, to what extent you can stand on your own leg even at that moment. So this has to be calculated. Say, for example, you're buying one house and you are going for a loan. Now you should think, if I cannot repay that, I am not in a position to repay that loan, what can happen? Yes, maybe I have this much saving, it will go and I can become zero. That is fine. But you should not become liability in the society.
Right.
You should
Right.
not go deep into this one, and you will be nowhere. No one will come to rescue. That you remember. You need to make your foot strong. When you take risk, take only the risk in small steps.
Right.
At least me, because there are people who will take big. See, they are like all those big people. Okay, I don't know how it is. It will work out for them. Sometimes I have a question, so I don't know everything. So we are the people. We have grown slowly. Okay, and slow and steady wins the race. That is what still I believe in that. Because I always, even if I want to buy a car, I ask with my auditor, can I afford to buy this car, even for the loan? So that's what I said. I need to be sure that if I cannot pay the loan, it must be from somewhere I have to adjust. Otherwise, I should not buy. Otherwise, buy whatever you can buy. Even if it is a cycle, it is no issues. Don't worry what others will think if you go in cycle.
Correct. Correct. Perfect. Perfect. So you need to be grounded. And I think she meant that you need to take very calculated risk in life. You know, you can't afford to lose everything. It also depends on the circumstance you are in. If there is a family who you have to take care, if there is lot at stake, you can't put their life at risk, right? So I think you need to think about what you're going to do, how you're going to do, and take calculated risk of the entire successful formula. Now, I would like to thank Mamta Suresh, Rohini Chitle, Preeti, Sunita Jadhav, Dhanalakshmi, and lot many viewers. I may not be able to thank each one of them, calling out your name, but genuinely, thank you so much for joining us, and not just joining in, but also typing in your compliments, your greetings, and of course, your fabulous questions. Questions remind me, the best question award of Hangyo Ice Cream goes to Aditya Pai. So Aditya Pai, congratulations. Hangyo Ice Cream hamper coming in for you. And all you need to do is type in your address with phone number and PIN code, mail it to swayambhu@gmail.com. I repeat, Aditya Pai, congratulations. Type in your address with phone number and PIN code and mail it to swayambhu@gmail.com. Swayambhu also reminds me, tomorrow you need to join in at 4 and meet our Swayambhu senior, Shri Sudhir Arya. Sudhir Arya is a senior citizen. He was the CIO of multiple companies and now is the CEO of his life. And he's going to talk about refire, not retire. So I think today we have understood lots many formulas, steps, secrets, tips, tricks, everything regarding success. So thank you, ma'am. I definitely can say that this episode has been super successful too. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
would
Dr.
like
Sangeeta.
Anything you would like to say to our aspiring Swayambhus, ma'am?
Yeah. So I want to say, just because there is a prize, don't stop yourself from getting success. Each and everybody, you have to do something. Struggle is something which you do at one time of your life. It is for compulsory. Either you do it when you are young, okay? If you are scared of that struggle, you may have to struggle when you really don't have strength to struggle. Okay, so with this small note, I really thank you for giving me this opportunity. Very nice talking to you, Dr. Sangeeta. It's a beautiful time, and thank you so much.
God bless you all, and thank you, ma'am, once again. Thank you for your encouraging words. Thank you for your vibrant energy and so grounded, realistic suggestions and solutions. Thank you so very much. Very grateful. God bless you all. Wish you all a divine Navratri. And please do join in tomorrow with Shri Anil Garg as the host and Shri Sudhir Arya Swayambhu Senior as the guest. So see you everyone, and thank you once again. And as always, Jai Hind.